right, we're gonna even more energy for your next act. Your next act, I've never gotten to see them perform. I am super excited. Are you?
Yeah!
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time on a NewFunny stage. Is that correct?
Correct.
Heck yeah! So when I say their name, everybody's gonna lose it, like you're at a hockey game and on a lot of cocaine in Edmonton. Are we ready?
Or just in Edmonton.
Or just in Edmonton. Yeah, you know what? Actually, round up, split the difference. We're in Edmonton. Your next act, come to the stage. Super cool person. You're gonna love her. Katie Bo Kirka.
Yeah!
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm terrified. I thought I was going to be more afraid of the whole public speaking part, but I'm a Luddite. I'm really afraid of this thing right now. I didn't want to have to touch it. So far, it seems like it's in the right spot. Am I?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, yes, fear of public speaking. Okay, we already covered that. All right, I'm very afraid of public speaking, actually, and this is a public service announcement, because if you're out there and you're afraid of public speaking, what I want you to know is you can actually still do it, and actually kind of do it well, but you're still just going to shake a lot while you're up there. It's like, it's scary. And I have lots of different weird anxieties. I am full of anxiety. I'm ADHD, but I'm not being medicated for my ADHD, because I also have heart problems, and medication for ADHD is a stimulant. So my doctor's afraid of killing me. So instead, she's trying to medicate my anxiety. And I gotta say, like, I don't know, maybe it's working? I can't quite tell. I'm standing here. So, yeah.
Woo!
Oh, yes. Things that I found, like, because I find weird things give me anxiety. When I was in labor, I was naked from head to toe because I had not felt cold for 9 months at that point, and I would not feel cold again for over a year. So at that point, all of my clothes were off. I just wanted the baby to fall out. The only thing I was wearing was this belt that's supposed to tell me when I'm about to have another really painful contraction, and it was very accurate. 7 doctors in the room, a multitude of nurses. I'm naked from head to toe. That doesn't bother me. What I was really anxious about was I really wanted to ask the nurse if she could go get my Fitbit. All of these steps, I was missing all of this data. But I was too anxious to ask her, so I was afraid to ask for my advice. To the point that when my child was born, I was afraid to touch my phone for the first 3 days of my child's life, because I had this idea in my head that parents who touched phones were bad parents. So I lost all this data, and I love data. I have so many spreadsheets about my child's life. What size he was at various points in time, how much he ate, from which boob he ate, when did he start, how long did he breastfeed from both, because you had to know from each boob. Because if he ate too much from one boob and not from the other, oh my God, that hurts. And labor's nothing compared to a boob that needs to be emptied, and the child's not around. I went to a union conference and I brought this machine that was supposed to like take the milk out. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I never got any milk out of it. But I can tell you that cabbage leaves do work. It felt so good. But yeah, I was terrified to touch my phone. Yeah, I'm afraid of the microphone. I'm afraid of lots of things. The first time I took my child to Wee Indoor Playground. Does anybody not know what Wee Indoor Playground is? No? It is a terrifying place, I'll tell you that. It's 3 stories of fall hazards. And your children are just supposed to, you're not allowed to be anywhere near them, and your children are just supposed to go. And one of the things that I've noticed about children playing is that it sounds exactly the same as what I would imagine children sound like when they're being brutally murdered. So, the first time I went to the indoor playground, my partner, for some reason, couldn't come with me. I was alone. And so, you're standing along the wall. All of the parents are like, you're at a dance, and everyone's waiting for someone to ask them to dance. And your children are out having fun, sounding like they're being murdered. And you're supposed to just be okay with this and find something to do. And I didn't know any of the parents yet. So I'm just sort of standing there trying not to freak out. And my child is climbing up the rock wall. It's not a straight up and down rock wall, it's on an angle, so it should be safe. And at the top, they've got this barrier that's supposed to stop your child from falling down. But my child is shorter than the barrier. So he gets to the top and he falls from the top of the rock wall and starts falling down. And I'm already thinking he's gonna die here, like there's going to be a broken bone. Catches himself before I get a chance to run to him. All the parents are looking at me. He catches himself, turns himself around, climbs back up. I'm like, okay, I guess everything's fine, okay? Let him play. And then later he's because my child was a COVID child in that he never really did daycare at all. I didn't want my partner gave up working so that he could stay home with the baby and raise the baby, and I loved that. And it did mean that he didn't have the same social skills as most other kids. So he liked to play with me, but I'm standing against the wall. I'm not allowed to go on, but he wants me to play with him. So he comes down and says, I'm gonna go to this really top thing, and I'm gonna like attack you. And then you like attack me. Okay, whatever, got nothing better to do. So he's, pretending to shoot at me and I shoot at him. None of the parents know what's going on. They just think that there's this person who's every once in a while giving the guns. Then I've decided he's given me the killing blow. So I go. He loved that. The nurse standing next to me thought I just fainted. Which is pretty good. I feel like a good actress. Because the only time I've ever acted, I was in a movie. 9/11 has just passed, and I was an extra in Diverted, which is the 9/11 movie. And as an extra, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just thought it was cool to be paid to eat money. To eat food at the thing. But they got me in a scene. And I was just one of 3 people who took some stuff out of a trunk and took it into the building. 3 hours I was there before I realized there was no film in that camera. We're just practicing so far. But the director shows up and he sees what we have to do. And he comes over to me and says, you look like you're waiting for your cue. And I said, because I am waiting for my cue. But you're not supposed to look like it? That's the only thing I know about acting, is you're not supposed to look like you're waiting for your cue. Let's see, hold on. I'm very bad at public speaking. I used to be on the local union at my work, and I was the anti-penultimate person on the hierarchy, which means I was the 5th from last. So whenever anything had to be spoken in public, it was usually the president, or the VP, or the shop steward, or the treasurer, and if none of those 4 people were in the building, I was the person who had to get in front of everybody. And I was very bad at this. I hated it. I had to do it once for a charity fundraiser, and I can one-on-one talk to people, no problem. But those same people that I had gotten to sign their membership cards and had copious conversations with one-on-one, as soon as I was in front of them and had to say something, I could not stop trembling. My entire body was trembling. And I didn't like it. And one year I had to do the Christmas announcement. And so the manager had just been what felt like an hour talking, what we'd done this year, congratulations and accolades. And so I get up and I don't want to speak, but everyone else is called in sick. So I said, I am here from the union to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And I got a standing ovation.
Yay!
So I'm going to go with that's my time. Thank you so much.